Okay, so okay, who's that dude? Snap. That's homeboys. All right, y'all, we ready. What y'all know about the percolator? Well, the percolator. Woo! Come on. Giving y'all some of that Detroit house. Some of that Detroit house music, y'all. Y'all hit the like button, please. I'll be right back, y'all. Hold on. Come on. All right now. All right, y'all. Let's get it popping. You're tuned in to the Facts Over Feelings podcast. I am your host, the MoorishOG, aka the Iceman. Can you dig it? I know that you can. Let this play a little bit. All right, y'all. That's enough of that. All right, y'all. We in the place to be. And I hope you niggas ain't got fleas. Yeah, man, we gonna get down tonight We're going to get down to where the rubber meets the road. You understand what I'm saying to you? I know this is an impromptu live stream, but, you know, I've gotten some suggestions from some listeners, some viewers, subscribers, and they voiced some concerns about the live stream. Some I agree with, some I didn't agree with. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this live stream tonight. The main reason I'm doing this is because the election is Tuesday, and I want to make sure that I get the message out about some concerning issues that I've found with Stacey J.J. Abrams, Reverend Warnock, my frat brother, and some other cats. And let me start. What I'm going to say tonight, I'm not trying to turn people off. If you get turned off, that's on you. That's because you ain't about nothing. Okay? Now, there will be some fire and brimstone tonight, y'all, because I'm pissed. I don't like how some of y'all been bullshitting around, supporting me. You email me. You sit up here. A couple of guys got a number to one of my phones, and these cats, man. Cats don't support nothing, man. Black people don't support nothing unless you're a celebrity. Okay, and that gets on my damn nerves. Okay, we gotta stop. First of all, let me start with that. Black people, we have to stop with this, fiending over this fiending over celebrities and athletes and ballers and all this old silly talk. Okay? Now remember, black women ain't listening to this. Or they'll listen, but they don't hear it. Because they tune out. La 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 la. They do that. Or they put their hands over their eyes. Because it's easier to be blissfully stupid than to stand up on your own too and represent like everybody else is doing. I got people on my other Facebook page that got their mouth stuck out and they ego bent out of shape because I don't pull no punches. And most black people who are on Facebook are just old, silly individuals. Jeremy Binion, what's happening? They're just old Negroes who are too scared and refuse to recognize that we are under attack in every way. America has weaponized every social aspect, every economic aspect, every political aspect, every military aspect, law enforcement aspect, all of these things, y'all. Word up. Hey, Jeremy Bimmy, that's true. It's going to be a red wave. And, you heard Chuck Schumer on a hot mic talking about, they probably playing that though, too. Because, these folks, you know, when people say, "Oh, somebody leaked this or somebody leaked that," like them two low life Mexican LA city council persons who are, you know, calling us mayates and niggas. I guarantee they said niggers, but I guarantee they didn't play the whole thing. Okay, you guys go to my Instagram page. I got some stuff posted on there. How a brother and a white dude was cursing AOC out about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Y'all go over there and start following me on Instagram and Twitter. Same handle at the Iceman Show. Okay, guys, let me stop real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna say this. Hopefully I have to say it another time, folks. Hold up, man. I know why part of my face ain't showing. Okay, gotta get another one of these lights. That way you can see my face, because the way you can't see my live sign back here. This camera ain't worth dog doo-doo. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, here's the rules. Only subscribers can post anything in the chat room. Okay? Hit the like button, please. If people are not going to be engaged in the chat room, because I can tell when you ain't listening. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this one time. The reason why I start saying donate or I'm going to do something else is because cats are not engaged. Yeah, fundraising is still part of what I do, but I don't have to have it. But if I'm going to sit here and spend my time and intelligence trying to give you insight and give you some social tools and political tools and economic tools that you might be able to use in the long run. If that's going to be the case, I'll go do something else. This is a Friday night. I could be up there, you know, smoking a fatty and sipping on some Johnny Walker Blue Label. Okay, let's not play. So get the donations popping. You donate whatever you want. It ain't $10 no more. Whatever you want to donate. You want to donate $1, donate it. It ain't gonna cost you nothing on Cash App. Everybody hit the like button. Please hit the like button. I know some of you are listening or viewing in the background. You don't want to show your face. That's cool. I ain't tripping. But you ain't really about that life. That's why you can't take the smoke. You don't want the smoke. Okay? Because there's gonna be some smoke tonight. You digs? Oh, we're gonna get down and dirty tonight. So anyway, here we got the midterms. And I'm looking at, you know, I gotta watch I gotta watch Fox News just to find out what's really going on these streets. Because if you look at MSNBC, CNN, News Nation, all these left-leaning Democrat shield shows, they ain't telling you nothing. They don't tell you nothing. The only thing I don't like about Fox News is every time a black man commits a crime, they don't never show no white criminals unless they're just so egregious that, you know what I'm saying? They don't even show them. They're always showing black men on there who commit crime like they the only ones committing crime out here. That's the one thing I don't like. They play that narrative all the time. Okay? But anyway, I'm looking at Fox News, and they were asked talking to voters in Atlanta, and they were talking to Caucasians and they were talking to black people, and all the Caucasians said they vote for Herschel Walker. Okay, and they went to this black-owned beauty salon, and they go in there and they talk to the owners. The owners are a black couple, that black married couple, and they asked them, "Well, what's going on financially? How's your finances?" She said, "Well, we've had to raise our prices because beauty supplies are sky high. They're double the price that they were. And we have to pass that cost on to our customers. We don't want to do that. But the supplies and see, number one, when I was a kid, black folks owned beauty supply. Wasn't no Sally's beauty. It wasn't none of that shit. It was only black folks. Because see, back then, they just left black people alone. You know what I'm saying? They figured we wasn't no threat, so they just left us alone. But they kept sticking these Vietnamese and these Laotians and Cambodian and other assorted Asians. They brought them over here and stuck them in our neighborhood. They didn't put them in Honky McGee's neighborhood where they belong. They put them in our neighborhood to suck off of us like the parasites they are. Then they got the nerve to stand up somewhere and go, are you a blacker man? Are you a blacker man? Work hard. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Yet when they got to America, they got given bootstrap. They got free welfare. They got free refugee pay. They got they got loans from banks for businesses. Can you believe that? They don't give a damn about us. You understand me? So what the happened? What the hell happened? Oh, hold up, y'all. Let me let everybody know we live. Yo, what up, y'all? It's the Iceman. We on live tonight. We doing a live stream. The topic is why black folks keep allowing the Democrats. They keep falling for the Democratic voting hustle. That's what we talking about tonight. All right, come join us. We live. Let me post this on Instaham. What up, y'all? Yeah. So hopefully those folks will join us. Yeah, medical insurance. Thank you, Steve Mack. Welcome to the broadcast, y'all. Everybody, welcome to the broadcast. Even if you're not a subscriber and you're watching anyway, welcome to the broadcast. Everybody hit the like button, please. And remember, if I'm not getting the participation in the chat room, I'm gonna start talking about donating. You can donate anyway, but people want to complain about that. Man, I'm trying to get the message, man. You want to tell me? Well, participate. Stop trying to backdoor your way into black folks stuff. See, a lot of y'all are so used to living grimy that you can't help yourself. You so used to living grimy that you can't keep it straight. And you do that everywhere you go. You acting grimy, doing grimy shit. Okay? And as people, as black folk, the time has come where we need to just get on the good foot, stop playing. Because that's all we are doing. Like, people, most black folks, young and old, all they do all day is play on Facebook, trying to front, trying to stunt. Okay? High-siding and bullshitting, as we used to say. Just totally ain't doing nothing but bullshit. Okay? And okay, if you 20 years old, you in high school, college, I get it. I get it that you just want to play on Facebook. You at the age where that's okay. But if you're my age and all you posting is BS, trying to make somebody think you balling when you ain't got 2 quarters to rub together, that right there is the crime. Now, I know somebody gonna say, well, Ice, what's wrong with playing on Facebook? What's wrong with having a good time? Because if you're over 30, 25 years old, when are you gonna start acting like an adult? Huh? When are you gonna start acting like an adult and join the men? Because as I say to you guys all the time, black women are gonna vote in this election. Oh, I forgot. I was talking about that couple, that black couple that had the beauty the beauty salon in Atlanta. And so they was talking about, oh, the inflation's killing us and this, that, and that. And the dude that he said, well, who are you voting for? They said, oh, who did you vote for? Because some of these people were voting early. Oh, we voted for Warnock. And I just shook my head when I heard that. The Democratic Party hustle. Half of these black folks know better. They not stupid. You don't think that these niggas that go out here and vote for these candidates are stupid, because they're not. They know they off code doing this nonsense. Instead of, they don't ask for nothing in return. I'm just gonna vote for the Democrat because that's just easy to do. Guys, we have more off-code Negroes than we have on-code Negroes. Okay? And you really ain't even got to talk to them to figure that out. Okay? Like I see these Africans trying to blend in with us, wearing the same clothes we wear, doing their hair like us. Okay? But then they call us Akatas. We ain't got no friends, black man. You ain't got no friends, black man. And I'm... Crackhead. Why can't I still get it? Let me see if I see you guys. Hold on. All right. Anyway, it is high time. And like I said, this black couple said we just gonna vote Warren out. Look, people, as soon as Biden got in office, that January 20th, he started writing checks. When you see, I used to wonder why the Republicans are always railing against the Democrats when it comes to spending. And I didn't understand why they, what they were what they were talking about. I know this is a macroeconomic issue, but I was like, wait a minute here. When the president and Congress writes these checks, it sinks the dollar's value. And it also causes inflation because the powers that be that own the Federal Reserve and all these corporations, remember, even in lean economic times for the consumer, it's still popping off for these millionaires and billionaires that play the stock market. I mean, I saw an economic graph, and as soon as it was like on the day, January 20th, inflation started going up. And I told y'all, if y'all was listening to the last podcast, I was talking about I was talking about let me rephrase that. What we're facing here right now, people, is a major crisis of epic proportions economically. What they're not going to tell you, brothers and sisters, is that when they economically deprive us, like they've been doing for 500 years, we have never, ever been able to reap the benefits of America's vast wealth. We've been given crumbs and welfare and Section 8 and crap like that, the stuff that don't mean nothing, and ain't nothing but nigger trinkets. So they forced us into this little box that has no resources in it. And we're gonna have a teacher moment real quick. Hold on, y'all. Oh yeah, we're gonna get deep tonight. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to get this this camera ain't shit that I got on here. Man, you can't even see stuff. Hold up, man. Let me do something. Because I really don't even need this light. And it's still blurry. Anyway, let's get it on. Okay. Yep, let's get it on. Okay. I taught you something similar to this, but I'm gonna do it over. Okay. Okay? Economy. Is it backwards to y'all? If it's backwards, let me know. Okay? At the center, okay, let's pretend this is at the center. I wrote it kind of over there to the right, but or and your left. But let's pretend this word economy is in the middle. You know what? Fuck it. Cause let me just do this shit right. Cause it ain't gonna work unless I do it exactly as I did it in grad school. Okay. Let me do this shit real quick. Okay. Economy. Okay. This is the engine. Remember, this is the locomotive that pulls America's economy. Okay? And remember, our economy is the locomotive for all these other nations. If our economy tanks, everybody else gets shot in the chest. Okay? Their economies die. Now, when you're in a bad economy, your 401k, your IRAs, any kind of investment instrument that's retirement related, people's 401k values are going, and all these what do they call it? With all these different in retirement investment products. Remember, the company at most jobs, the company ain't putting no money, ain't matching nothing you putting in there. It's all your money. It's all your money. Okay? When the inflation goes up, profits go up at all these companies unless they miss, if they miss quarterly earnings, numbers. Like if Amazon, let me give you an example. If Amazon, I don't know how their business calendar is, but like say for example, for the next quarter, the company will report to their shareholders that we're going to make X amount of dollars. Now remember, Amazon, going back 4 or 5 months, Amazon had a $1 trillion market cap. Okay, Amazon was worth $1 trillion. Okay, they missed their earnings goal, which, like, let me give you an example. Like they might say for the next quarter, oh, we're gonna make $200 billion for our next quarter. That's what we've set it at. Okay, if they come in short of that, that makes their stock price go down. Okay, they have to meet. They either have to meet those projections or they have to exceed them. Okay, so now Amazon done lost probably about 100, $200 billion of value. Okay, they're no longer have a valuation of $1 trillion. Okay, let me run through this stuff. Okay, now let's pretend on this whiteboard that the economy is in the middle of this thing. Okay, now Hold on. I gotta turn this thing flat. Ooh, economy. Y'all hit the like button if you're just getting in. Facts Over Feelings podcast. Can you dig it? Okay, look at what I did. Okay, what this less than, because you know if the smaller part of that is pointed toward this value here, which is the economy, that means that there's no value on this side. Now, what I've written is economy less than, and then crime. Okay, I've been telling you guys for 10 years that crime, and when I do this, hold up, let me do this real quick so we can get through this exercise. 'Cause I want to go on to something else. This means this is getting starved out. Okay, there's scarcity of resources. Okay, now crime, and I've been telling y'all this for 11 years. Crime is due to lack of economic investment. Okay, remember that. They now they sit now they you know they was talking about this. They had to show this dude. I don't even think he's FBA. When I heard Thanor, his last name was Thanor. I don't think that dude's FBA. To really be honest, I think he's some old Caribbean Negro. Because this dude was hiding in the bushes and raped some white woman and beat the shit out of her. Took her purse. Okay, he out there. A lot of these Caribbean and African dudes, they do when they come over here doing that type of stuff. That's what they used to do over there in their country, taking ass. Okay, and when they start talking about this dude 43 years old, in and out of prison, so he's institutionalized up here. You digs? All right, guys, let's start participating in the chat room. Okay. Otherwise, y'all gonna have to hit the donate. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna stop till you start donating. Okay. Now, being that we have been shut out of the economy for nearly, I ain't wrote them so long, man. You have been choked out of the economy for nearly 500 years. But if you listen to Negroes like Eric Holder, the former Attorney General, I got into it with him on Twitter because Barack Obama had posted something like, something about somebody, about somebody else, by somebody else's race. Some other race had won, had did something good, and he was talking about it on Twitter. And I was like, well, when you were president, you didn't do nothing for black people. And then here come Eric Holder getting on me, talking about, well, that's because of the Republicans. I'm like, man, dude, you trying to run that game? I'm like, come on, dog. You ain't talking to the dummy. You ain't talking to a dummy. I know both y'all ain't shit. Okay? So for 500 years, you have been locked out. You've been locked out of the economy. And do you think that Stacey, J.J. Abrams, and Warnock, and all these other do nothing Democrats, do you really think they gonna change this? Do you think they gonna change this right here? You are locked. Look, how many times have we voted Democrat? Some of us. How many times have we voted Democrat and this still didn't change? See, everybody else in America don't want to hear. No, they don't want you to come to their church and put on no church choir robe and start singing with the choir or speaking at the church. We don't want prospective candidates doing that because they're pandering. It's insulting for the Democrats to do no voting, no voting, no fucking. That video was disturbing. That video was worse than get your booty to the polls 2 years ago. Yeah, I think so, brother. I think it will. Man, let me tell you something. The CIA is on. Let me share something. And this, don't go around, spreading this around. The CIA is on Tariq's ass. Look, they are. Look, let me tell you something. If they're gonna do any sabotaging, like cutting off the electricity or something like that, expect them to do something like that tomorrow. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't want to get on the reparations gravy train because you think, first of all, we got Negroes who think that we don't. I've heard niggas born here, FBA black folks, born here talking about we don't need no reparations. Okay? All we need is vote. All we need to do is vote for the Republican Party and all our sins are forgiven. How many times have you heard that? This election is about this right here. They said today that most suburban white women plan on voting for Republicans. They said that today. If you vote, if you take your ass down there to vote, you standing in a long ass line like you about to go to the club. You standing out there freezing, or you wherever it is you live, you standing out there roasting in that heat. Okay? I lived in Atlanta. I know it's muggy right now. People are voting on the economy and they ain't playing. You understand me? Why the hell are you voting for Democrats and this haven't changed? You've been locked out of the economy for 500 years, dog. I'm just laying it on the line. You can believe it or not believe it. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm not trying to change nobody's mind. All I'm doing tonight is putting the information out there. If you choose to ignore it or look at it and say, oh man, that shit don't mean nothing, I don't give a damn. I'm just going to fold up my tent and go upstairs. I don't care if you don't get this. But when you write it out like I've written this out, you can't stand here and pretend to be stupid because all of us can read. I don't waste my time standing in line voting for nothing. Reverend Warnock is my fraternity brother. And I have no respect for him because when shoot, man, these names be losing me. Shit. Anyway, the brother that was going to run, that ran in the primary against Jim Bojangles Clyburn, that brother. He went to Atlanta and he went to one of these meet and greet things with Warnock, And remember, and he asked Warnock. He said, "What are you gonna do about reparations?" That Negro turned around and acted like he didn't hear him. And then old dude ran up on him again about 30 minutes later. And this time he got in his face and he said, "What are you going to do about reparations?" And this nigga start babbling. He gave a little bit of babble, then he just rudely walked away. He didn't even answer the question. But then there was a Caucasian woman standing there, Miss Ofe was standing over there, and he went over there to her and started talking to her. He didn't even greet Marcel. He didn't even say hi to him, nothing. When the first time he walked up to him, he was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he didn't say shit. Oh, rude ass. And all Warnock has done is sat his black ass up here and sat in that seat, in that senator seat, and done nothing for black folks in the state of Georgia. Okay? I don't care whether you got a D behind your name or an R behind your name. If this is your agenda right here to fix this, I'm voting for you. I don't give a damn what you niggas say. You can call me a Trump supporter. You can say whatever you want to say, dog. But at the end of the day, I do what's best for my people. I ain't like you. I ain't a narcissist. I ain't one of these Negroes that hate black folks. That's why I always rail on these Negroes up here in the Twin Cities. You'd be hard pressed to find a black man with his head on straight up here. All these niggas do is chase white women or go marry a white woman and then start acting like they ain't black no more. Okay? Not saying all of them, because some of them still, black, but most of them ain't. Because I see these Negroes out here at the store. And the only cats that speak to me are cats that ain't from here. They from somewhere else and they moved up here. Trying to get Negroes on code up here in the Twin Cities is like chasing a damn chicken. Okay? You ever try to chase a chicken? You ain't gonna catch him. Okay? Because he know if you catch him, he gonna end up being a two-piece. Okay? With a biscuit. So, and here's what I learned in macroeconomics. If you have two consecutive quarters, of negative GDP, which means gross something product, gross domestic product. That means this right here is about export. That's another thing. Biden was slick. Remember Trump put all them tariffs on China? Biden ain't removed them. Okay? But we had negative GDP. Instead of us having a GDP of, 3%, 4%, 5%, we've had negative GDP, which means we're below zero. That means this country lost money exporting everybody else's stuff into here and importing less going out. Okay? Don't let these people talk to you like you dumb. Okay? Because you're not. You can understand this stuff. I'm breaking down a lot of material out of a textbook because I've had more than one. I actually had a lot of economic classes in undergrad and grad school. Okay, when you have 2 quarters of consecutive negative GDP, gross domestic product, that drives down the dollar, that also drives down the value of the dollar, which you should be concerned about, especially if you're investing, which a lot of you are investing. You got to invest your own money into your IRA and your 401k because your company ain't putting nothing in there. Hell, your company won't even give you medical benefits. Okay? So if you have 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP, okay, man, this pen is going out. I got some new ones upstairs, but I didn't bring them down here. There's one other one down, a new one down here, so I'm gonna start using that one if this one don't work, stop working. Okay, let's recount. If the country has 2 negative GDP quarters, now remember the government starts a new fiscal year in October, and it ends the next October. Starts again. So if you have 2 negative GDP quarters, what are you in? What did my textbook say? You are in a recession. We are in a recession right now. But you got Biden standing up there lying. Now they said that Trump lies, when he breathes, he lies. Biden has been lying more than Trump. Okay? Do you know how egregious this is for them to sit up here and keep talking? And because remember when we had that stock market crash in 07? They was doing the same thing. Bush and them was like, oh, ain't nothing wrong, man. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Next thing you know, millions of people were losing their jobs, and people were walking away from them houses, taking that 10. Because see, when they repossess your house, that stays on your credit for 10 years. Okay, did you know that? When you mess up a mortgage, you ain't gonna be able to buy a house unless you're gonna pay cash. Unless you're gonna pay cash, dog. Okay? You are in a recession, people. And these Democrats are blowing smoke up your collective asses because if they say the word recession, what's gonna happen? People gonna start panicking. Now I was out today. I went to Costco to fill up my tank, got some gas. I didn't go in the store though, but I went in. Damn, where was I at? I've been at least up. Oh, I was in Walmart today because I had to get some stuff from Walmart. Usually at the first of the month. Usually at the first of the month, I spend about $200 or $300 on food, so I fill up my freezer, so I ain't got to keep running back to the store, except for maybe bananas and little stuff like that. People, what did I tell you about the 48 laws of power? Remember when Trump was in office and something may have went wrong, and he got on TV and said, "Hey, I'm winning." When in fact that situation he lost on that particular situation. But Nobody's going to scream, liar, liar, pants on fire with Biden. Nobody's going to do that. Okay? Words mean something. You start telling people we in a recession. Oh, let me go back to Walmart. Man, people was running around Walmart, I guess, buying stuff for Thanksgiving. Man, you know how these people act like animals. They act like animals. I'm like, man, you ain't the only one here shopping, just running around the store, damn near running in people's basket. I'm like, man, really, nigga? Let me tell you something. These dumbass women around this country, even though we are in a recession, they gonna still spend money on them stupid ass Christmas gifts like they retarded. You understand me? Like they retarded. Today they said inflation is at 8.2%. We have now surpassed the 40-year, because 40 years ago we was in that y'all, a lot of y'all too young, you don't remember that gas shortage. Man, there was lines all the way 2 or 3 blocks down the street for people to get gas, and then you get up there and they talking about we all out of petrol. Because my mom would come home cussing. Damn, I stood in that line for an hour. I got up there and they ain't had no gas. OPEC was kicking our ass. And Jimmy Carter did not know, and the same thing that you see happening right now happened in 1976. We have now surpassed that inflation period. And that one was far more brutal than this one. You understand me? But stuff was still fairly cheap back then. You know, you get a brand new car for $2,000, $3,000. You get go buy a house for, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Okay? But when Reagan got in there, he got us out of a recession. Look, I ain't no Reagan fan. I'm just speaking facts, people. Remember, this is facts over feelings. This ain't got nothing to do with my feelings, and it damn sure ain't got nothing to do with yours. Hey, guys, are we asleep? Hey, guys, y'all gonna have to start donating. Y'all gonna have to start hitting the Cash App, man. Come on, man. I'm surprised how it is. A lot of y'all ain't got nothing to say. That's why I don't come down here and spend a whole lot of time when I do the live stream, because I'm like, man, these dudes don't even appreciate the shit. You don't even appreciate it. So currently we are in a recession. Okay? We are in a recession. Don't let them lie to you and tell you they ain't, that we ain't, because we are. Okay? Now look at this. Look at this. As you see, let's go back to economy. Go back to America's economy. When you get starved out and excluded from America's wealth, what does that create? You guessed it, crime. Crime, with the exception of mentally ill people committing crimes, or deranged people like Jeffrey Dahmer committing crimes. Crimes of guys selling drugs, going out here mugging people, going out here jacking people like that dumbass old nigga that had his son shoot PNB Rock when he was over there in LA at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. He killed that man for nothing, because that chain, nobody is going to want to buy that chain. because if they do, they go into jail. Okay? So that piece of jewelry is radioactive. Okay? So what I'm trying to say to you guys is this. All three, that whole family going to jail. The mama going to jail, for going to prison for life. The daddy going in there. He gonna get conspiracy to commit first degree murder, which is kind of worse than first degree. But he gonna get capital murder for this one. Or if California ain't executing people, because I think California ain't executing nobody in a minute. So they're gonna give all three, at least the boy and the father, they're gonna give them life without parole. Now, the mother, they'll probably give her life with parole. But they might say, we'll give you life with parole, but you got to serve the first 25 to 35 years. That's a long time, dog, to be behind that wall. Okay? Eating ramen noodles. Okay? Crime is directly connected to the economy. And these white, don't let these people on Fox News and MSNBC and CNN and CBS, NBC and ABC, don't let none of these lying networks tell you that that us being economically deprived is the reason why we have crime in black neighborhoods. So they're doing and then when we get a brother or a sister to open their own business and start working with the community, everybody got respect for them. What do? Here come the health department talking about, oh, you got a violation. Like there was this brother that owned a bar out there in Long Beach, California. Him and I think his wife was some old fat white girl. Anyway, he's the main owner of the place. Some illegal alien went in his bar and got drunk, then went out here, drove and hit some kid and killed him, and then jumped, just like, because in California they have a law that says that you have to have a current driver's license that's not revoked or suspended, and you better have car insurance. But the law also says that if you're an illegal alien, it's not mandatory that you have a driver's license at all. And you don't have to have car insurance. This, brothers and sisters, this is how these people come up so fast on us. Because the government is doing that kind of mess. Now, up here in Minnesota, you can't get your tags unless you have a valid driver's license. And a lot of them don't. And I'm starting to see a whole lot of California license plates up here. And I see these old dirty ass illegal aliens getting out of cars. And I'm just like, how are they paying for this stuff? Now, I went over here to Lund's Byerly's and went over here to its so-called upscale grocery store, which it is. It is. It's way better than Cub, and it's way better than Walmart. But their prices are high as hell. They prices are as high as giraffe pussy. Okay? Now, you'll never hear any of these people on any of these so-called news networks tell you the truth about that. That the direct determinant of crime in any neighborhood is from the government on the city, the county, state, and federal government blocking you and excluding you and depriving you of America's wealth. That's why we have crime. Crime is economic based. All of it. Now, let me talk about that idiot up there in New York that raped that jogger and yanked on her purse and got her purse. Let me say this, man. That woman, now, let me get into the mind of a criminal real quick. When you see guys committing them kind of crimes where they've been in and out of prison like that, here's what happens with the mind of some of these black men and women, but let's stick with the men right now. In his mind, he like, man, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Look what they done done to my life. They done put me in and out. I done been on drugs because I'm not happy with how my life is going. I'm really not happy with the direction my life is going in. I'm out here losing. And he probably came from a couple of parents who ain't shit. Okay? See a lot of these brothers, when we sit here and we watch the TV and we see all these black men out here shooting each other and shooting innocent kids and old people or people that ain't got nothing to do with your beef. Me and you will say, oh, they a bunch of, narcissistic idiots, which they are. But it goes deeper than that, bruh. See, they done got to the point where they have said, I don't give a fuck. They done tried to get jobs, can't get no job because they hiring Sancho and Maria. Okay? He been institutionalized. Some cats can't function outside that prison, man. That's why they reoffend. Because recidivism is very high amongst black inmates who get out, who get parole or released. Why? Because they go out in society. You got these counselors and people in the prison telling them, "Oh, you just need to have faith, and you just need to keep trying to get that good job." Now, after a while, you may be able to get a job doing something, working alongside people who just broke into this country. Okay? You got to go, do back-breaking work. You got to do back-breaking work. Okay? And it ain't fun. And then you working around all these wetbacks, these illegals. You working around all them people. You know what that does to some of these black men? Because black men, we are not the type of people that will allow other people to put their foot on our necks. Most black men don't have that coon Sambo spirit. Most brothers don't have it, but they subscribe to it because at the job, the white boss or the Asian or the Hispanic boss is shitting on them on a minute by minute basis. And they realize they have to be subservient and submit to another grown man. And funny about this, I heard a clinical psychologist on Fox News said that she was talking about, men now being there. If a man can't get a job, take care of himself. She said some men feel in America that they have been infantilized, which is true. Most black men, see, the reason why a lot of black men don't have a problem being violent against other black men, because they're angry. They ain't gonna take their anger out on the people who are fucking them. Or they ain't gonna take their anger out on them. They ain't gonna walk around the job not speaking to the non-black boss. They're not gonna pull that, but they'll do it to you because that's the easiest thing to do. Okay? So it's easier for me to go kill it or bring down a black man that looked like me, like that asshole did with that rapper out there in LA. Do you get y'all getting this? I'm telling you exactly what these assholes are doing. The Republicans and the Democrats, all of them are in on it. They are all in concert with subjugating you and me. Now, brothers, with this election, I wouldn't even waste my time talking to black women, because even these black women who try to talk pro-black in front of you, they're going to get in that booth and vote for Democrats. Because they remember that Massa so-and-so, Congressman or Senator so-and-so, made sure I had plenty of Section 8, plenty of welfare, TANF, and SNAP benefits and WIC. See, don't let these black women fool you. They know who's buttering their bread. That's why you got all these black women running around and talking about they got to get a cute white boy. And then when he beat their ass and call them nigger bitch, then here they come running back to us. Okay? Here they come running back to us. After they done got their ass kicked and done had a couple half-breed children. Now, I'm not, I don't have a I don't have a problem with brothers getting with white girls. I've dated white women, and y'all know I have. But I don't do it for the reasons that a lot of these other guys do it. When I'm dating a non-black person, when I get out of bed with them, I'm still the same dude. A lot of you lay down with these non-black women and you get confused. Because you're saying, well, I can't be a nigger to her because she just, sucked and fucked me all night. So did Massa. Massa raped your children, raped your women and the men. And they ain't have shit they couldn't say nothing. Don't sit up here and tell me no nonsense like that. Okay? Let me tell you something. The most racist female will still sleep in bed, get in bed with you. And that might be the one that rock your world. Okay? So the point that I'm trying to make here, brothers and sisters, is that we got too many coons, Sambos, mammies, and Negro bed wenches. And they're all narcissists. And most of them are the so-called talented 10th. These HBCU church-going boule Negroes. I'm a boule dude, but you see where I'm at. I'm with my people. I'm with the soil. Okay? I'm not with them niggas because I don't value a job in white corporations. I don't value that crap. See, to some black people, that's important to them. Even if they, everybody gets promoted over them, which is usually happens. They'll still keep doing the same thing over and over again. Because I see black folks writing on Facebook talking about them poor whites keep voting for Republicans. And they voting against their own interests. So are you. Mr. Banks was cracking. you're voting against you're voting against your economic interests too when you take your ass to that booth and vote for a Democrat. Talking about vote blue no matter who. Man, Stacey Abrams. Let's talk about Stacey Abrams real quick. I want to, because this is on the tip of my tongue. I want to get this out. Stacey J.J. Abrams is a lesbian. Have you noticed you ain't never seen her with nobody? You know why that? Do you know why that is? Because Georgia has Southern black people. And them church-going Negroes, I'm talking about the old ones, my age and older. Those church-going Negroes ain't with that homosexuality. They not homophobic, but they ain't with it. They like, hey, look, man, don't bring that around here. You don't come in here flaming. You don't come in here dressed like Billy Porter wearing a damn dress. We're not going to have that in here. See, that's the kind of filth that brought down Rome. Rome didn't get beat by nobody. Rome was the baddest civilization on earth at the time. Biggest country. And now they're a little tiny ass city in Italy. You know what brought down the Roman Empire? Filth, sexual deviancy, homosexuality, and all this orgies and all that kind of stuff. That don't come from us. Now, do we get into that stuff because we got something wrong with us? Yeah, we do it because we live in America. We're poisoned with white supremacist mindset. Now, going back to Stacey J.J. Abrams, the reason why they purposely made sure that they did not show Stacey Abrams with her boo thing. Now, there's a video on Twitter. That's how I found out the other day. I knew, but I just didn't have no confirmation. They know that. So there's a video. Somebody's recording a video at Stacey Abrams' house. And it was Halloween, but it was in the daytime. And so she came out with a bowl of candy, and she was passing out candy. And then here comes some chubby white woman out of the house. Okay? You think, and that woman didn't act like somebody that wasn't living there. Now, that was a slip up on Stacey Abrams' part. Because remember, I've been saying for years that she was a lesbian. Okay? Now, I don't care one way or the other. I don't care less. She could be into men for all I give a damn. I still wouldn't vote for her if I was still living in Georgia. But the Democratic Party is slick. So they have her by herself so that you don't put two and two together. Well, damn it, that video, and that wasn't an altered video either. That video that's on Twitter right now, because somebody, I think Vicky Dillard posted it. And she put up there, look at this video and tell me what's wrong. And at first, I looked at it at first, and when I saw that chubby white woman come out the house like she lived there, I was like, and she was wearing some little homely, you know, the type of dress that women would wear at home. They can still walk out the door with it, but it ain't something that they would be, if they was going to go step out. They wouldn't step out in that. Because remember, when you go over your relative's house, and you say you go over your aunt and uncle, say you go over there to your Uncle Otis's house and your Aunt Doreen's house. Now you go over there, say you getting out the car. You know how some Southern folks, country folks, when you come to their house, they come out the house. And they'll come out the house and walk down the walkway and meet you at the car. Hey, what's happening, nephew? Okay? Because I got some uncles like that. And here come Auntie coming out. Hey, baby, how you doing, child? Come on in here. How your mama doing? How your daddy doing? See, I grew up around black people like that loved each other. Okay? Not these fake niggas you got out here now that they want you to look at their skin and see a brown black person and say, oh, that person's just like me. Now you got Obama running around here talking about our democracy is at stake. Nigga, please. They sitting up here talking about if you don't vote for Democrats, the sky gonna fall. It's gonna be 1999. Remember in 1999 they're talking about that the world was gonna end because the computer programs weren't programmed to go past 1900 or 20th century. Now we're in the 21st century. Remember that. Some of y'all probably wasn't born then, but there was this big stink the last couple of years of the 1900s that the sky was going to fall because of this they call it 2K, something 2K. Okay? The world was going to end. They told, look, let me explain something to you guys. Do you know Biden and them are blaming Trump and the Republicans for this shitty economy? Did you know that? Look, when you have no agenda for your main voting bloc, which is black people, the Democrats are exposed right now. The emperor. This is a situation where the emperor is wearing no clothes, but he's standing up there butt naked. But he think he dressed to the nines. He think he looking like Huggy Bear or something. That's what these Democrats are doing. They're trying to play semantics with words and lie and say we ain't in a recession when every economist on all these other on the right wing news networks, because I gotta go to them to get the real deal on the Democrats. They keep talking about this stuff. How long, black folks? Have you had enough? Black man, have you had enough of getting your ass kicked for the last 400, 500 years? When you're off code and I'm on code, look, people, let me say this. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who say we'll never get reparations, that's because you off code. You sitting over there, sitting on your milk crate, sleeping on a racing car bed. You're a grown ass man sleeping on a racing car bed. Talking about, man, they ain't gonna give us shit. See, this is the kind of nigga you need to get away from you. And a lot of you guys that are on social media all the time, posting dumb shit, posting funky ass, scantily clad females, like that's a big deal. You know you ain't hitting none of them. What you posting it for? Let me explain something to you. We got too many little punk ass, raggedy ass little Negroes that come out these single female headed households. Some of them come out a two-parent household, and they come out here and become an off-code coon and a simp. I mean, a coon and a Sambo. Okay? We have to be honest with ourselves, black folks. See, you got to understand the people that are on these Boule Negroes and these HBCU church going Negroes, all they want is a job at that white corporation so they can come back just like broke niggas, come back to they little Boule friends and be like, yeah, nigga, I got a director of such and such job. You ain't over no white folks. Okay? All they do is come back to each other at barbecues and fraternity meetings. All they do is stunt on each other, just like broke niggas do when they put rims on their car and they come by your house. About, yeah, nigga, you ain't got these 20s, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Okay? That's all black people engage in on a daily basis is trying to one-up each other. Well, and I'm talking about it goes to the highest level of Negroes. They all do the same thing. I was looking at 50 Cent's show on WeTV, Hip Hop Chronicles, and they were talking about Pop Smoke, and they were talking about how these rappers be stupidly taking these social media pictures and not realizing that JPEG has a locator on it. And then on top of that, they show you his friend was standing in front of the address of the house. So these little young niggas hopped the fence. Somebody left the sliding glass door open to the master bedroom where this Russian chick he was about to bone and Pop Smoke was at. Okay? They ran, she was like, man, they ran in and they was like, don't say nothing. And they ran in and Pop Smoke was in the bathroom doing something, probably putting on a condom or something. And them niggas just ran in there and shot him. Okay? For what? And they didn't take nothing. So they was trying to determine on that particular episode whether or not this was a jack or was this a hit, an execution. And to be honest with you, at the end of that program, I wasn't sure of anything. I had more questions than I had than I had my questions answered. The one that I already thought about. Okay? Exactly, Mr. Banks. Most of these Negroes, whether they're college educated or not, all they want is a little job, a couple cars, and some weak ass benefits, maybe enough to buy them a little house. Then these Negroes with money, they always go out and buy these overpriced houses because that's what they woman want. And now this fool can't wait, another couple of years to refinance because he want to get a lower interest rate. Think about it right now. People are paying 8% for a loan. Now, I was reading an article yesterday. They said if you're between 700 and 800, your credit is okay. It's okay, people. You probably don't have that much bad debt still on your credit, but there's something on there dragging down your credit. Maybe you ain't paying your bills on time. Okay? That'll do you real good. That'll screw you more than anything, paying these bills late after the grace period is over with. Because if you don't pay the cable, the Comcast or Cox Cable or Spectrum is going to contact the 3 credit bureaus talking about, hey man, Myron don't be paying his bills on time. And your credit report will tell you that. Too many late payments. So you're going to be stuck between 700 and 750. Now, past 750 is good credit. Okay, above average. Still ain't great. Anything between 800 and 900 is perfect credit, outstanding credit. Now, I can go to a dealership right now and not pay 8% interest. Because you remember now, the Fed just raised the interest rates 0.75%. So now it is at 8.2. That just happened this week, people. It's going to get higher. As long as Biden is in there, it's going to get higher. Do you know how long it took us to get out of the recession that started in 1976? When Reagan got in there, it took him almost his whole first term to get us out of debt. Okay? Now, again, I'm not big up in Reagan. Reagan was a staunch white supremacist. I could give a damn about him. I'm just stating the facts. And the facts is what you need to put in some rolling papers and smoke. You need to smoke that because you need to let that sink in. See, this is why you need to know history. You need to know history because it's that kind of stuff is going to tell you about what these buttholes are doing right now. They just sent another $700 million to Ukraine. If you guys go over to my Instagram account, it's at the Iceman Show. I might have set it to private. I'm not sure. Become one of my followers on there. You will see a video I posted on there where Zelensky was sitting his entitled ass. He was sitting there in front of. There was a Zoom with senators and Congress people that are on there, on the DOD committees. He was telling them and the Secretary of Defense, their brother, General Austin, this dude was sitting up here reading off a damn piece of paper talking about, he wasn't asking. He was like, the translator was like, President Zelensky wants certain type of war planes. They want certain type of missiles. They want certain type of shoulder missiles like Stingers and what they call it? I know one is called Stinger, and the other one is a shit. I can't even remember. I used to know when I was in the military. But anyway, you carry it on you. Okay? Special Forces and Army and Marine guys, the infantry will have them things. You'll see it. And it shoots out a rocket. This dude, he was acting like he was shopping in Walmart. He was like, well, I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this. You think I'm going to do business with that dude? See, I'm going to tell you right now, whoever becomes president, Javelin's one of them, but it's another one too. It's not Sidewinder, it's something, I can't remember what it is. The first one that they invented. Javelin is new. Okay? That's how they shooting them Russian tanks, blowing up them Russian tanks and shooting them helicopters. I guarantee if Trump becomes president, he ain't sending Ukraine shit. And they know that. This Biden just sent them another $700 million. What they using the money on? They still ain't. Now, you watch these left-wing so-called news channels, and I'm telling you, dog, they talking like, Ukraine is winning. If you are worried about nuclear plants getting blown up, which they will at some point start hitting, because they're not they're trying to lie and say that Putin done sent his best guys in there. He done said it. He done sent his best guys in there. He done sent his whole military out there to fight Ukraine. That's not what they're doing. They are strategically hitting buildings, residential buildings, government buildings, places where people congregate. Okay? I don't feel sorry for them Nazis over there in Ukraine. If they're winning, if they have turned the tide of that war, then how come the Russians keep sending more people in there? You think Putin gonna sending his best guys? He ain't. Have you heard them say that Putin's about to send the red? I think they call them the red something. That's his elite guys, special forces, and guys that are the next level, military guys. He ain't sent all his people in there. See, where's what CBS, ABC, and CNN and all these so-called left-wing news channels. You know what they're doing? It goes beyond lying. See, I've been in a war. I know what war looks like. Okay? You can't show me some foolishness on TV and I believe it. Here's what they've been doing. They'll show Russian tanks getting, the few Russian tanks that have been blown up. They'll show all these Russian tanks that have been, eviscerated. And to the viewer, you're looking at that and you're like, oh, they kicking ass. How come Russia ain't pulled out yet? Remember, Russia's got millions of military personnel, more than we do. Okay? I could give a damn if they take over all of Ukraine and plant a Russian flag in the middle of the country. I could give a damn. Because some of the most Ukrainians are more racist than Russians. And the Russians are fucking racist as hell. I've heard like a lot of them Africans, they go over to these foreign countries to go to college. And man, they be beating them Africans' asses. When they catch them by themselves, they whoop their ass. And the same thing has been happening in Ukraine. When them Africans, they call us Akatas, go up there to Ukraine to go to school, man, them Nazis in Ukraine be whooping their ass. I don't know how many videos of them getting their ass handed to them. So if Russia's losing, how come they ain't leaving? We didn't leave Vietnam and we got our asses kicked, didn't we? Did we win in Afghanistan? Hell, did we win in Iraq? None of these wars after Korea in 1954, none of these wars, none of these American involvement in all these wars, none of them, and I do mean none of those wars were won, and you got all them GIs killed. 59,000 men and women died in Vietnam, American soldiers, and hundreds of thousands of injured, gravely injured. Because I see them at the VA rolling in there with no legs, or rolling in there with one below the knee artificial leg, and they got their other leg because they done stepped on a landmine over there. See, thank God we didn't have that kind of mess. We didn't have to worry about no landmines. Okay? But over there in Ukraine, yes. I find it interesting how you have goofy Negroes as well as some of these white dudes, because a lot of these white guys are white supremacists that are going over there to fight, and a lot of them are coming back in body bags. Like there's this dumbass white dude. He had posted a video on Facebook. He said, yeah, I'm going to Ukraine. I'm going to try to liberate the Ukrainian people. Man, that dude was over there a month, and he ended up coming back in a bag. Like a fool. You ain't gonna get no, and your family ain't gonna get no gold star status. Look that up. Your family ain't gonna get no $400,000 check because you died over there. And they got a website that you can go to where they asking for men to come in there and come over there and fight. For what? If I go over there, all I'm be trying to do is take my dick out. I'm not coming over there. I ain't coming over there to help you. You ain't help black folks over here fight these white supremacists in this country. You think I'm going to help you? And you a Nazi? Man, get the hell out of here. Better ask somebody. But you got goofy Negroes going over there. Obviously, it's them type of black guys that, they grew up around nothing but white dudes. It's them type of goofy niggas that are going over there getting their ass shot off. I don't like them kind of wars where people can pop up out of nowhere and blast your ass. I don't like that. Because the American military, they use Marine infantry, Army infantry. Those are the first guys in. They don't pay them dudes nothing. Them women and men nothing that run them tanks and them amphibious assault vehicles and special forces. They ain't no but tackling dummies. They're crash dummies. When you see a lot of these guys coming back and men and women coming back with no legs or one leg gone, those are people that was in infantry that stepped on them IEDs. Instead of landmine, they were stepping on IEDs, which CIA taught them how to do it. We taught them how to build them bombs, people. See, they ain't gonna tell you that. American military personnel go all around the world teaching these countries how to fight. Okay? They go over there as advisors, like they did in Vietnam. And you see what happened with that one. Okay? And then you have folks over here blaming the GIs coming back, spitting on them, calling them baby killers. Man, these guys were getting drafted to go over there. They ain't had no choice. Although if you were, like George W. Bush, who daddy helped him get out of his responsibility, and Clinton's draft dodging ass got out of going to Vietnam because he finessed the colonel that ran that Army National Guard unit. He finessed him. They forgot about Clinton. He reported 1A, which is 1A means you got drafted. You got to go. He went over there once. I read most of Clinton's book. That book is like 1,200 pages. It's too goddamn long. It's a really good book, though. Really good book. I read it back in '08. And he talked about how he was able to get out of going to Vietnam. Okay? Part of it was that Colonel, they lost track of Clinton. But he didn't go back over there and report either. Because you're supposed to keep coming over there until the Army calls you to basic training. But yet, he had no problem sending GIs over there to Kosovo, did he? And other secret wars we had going on around the world. Okay? I'm educating y'all, man. Okay? If you want to live under a rock, that's up to you. Live under that rock and enjoy it. But I'm going to tell you this. Those of you who know better and you still go out here and vote for these Democrats, shame on you. Like I said, some black folks don't know any better. Most of them do. They're not blissfully ignorant like they're trying to make you think. Because I've had some of these bootlick Negroes that, kiss the Democratic Party's ass. I've had some of these Negroes say to me, hey, man, so you going to sit this one out? See, and did y'all see that interview with Al, I still wear a perm from the 1970s, Sharpton? He was up there talking about, because a lot of this blowback is getting back to Roland Martin's ass and Sharpton, and now they are cussing and fussing. So Sharpton was on his show last weekend. You know what this Negro said? He said, all of you black men who say you ain't gonna vote for Stacey Abrams and other black candidates, you're immature and insecure as a man. See, when I hear, because see Sharpton's a piece of shit. He's a useful tool. Okay? The reason why Sharpton's show has lasted and all them other black folks, with the exception of Joy Reid, been fired from MSNBC, you know why they keep Sharpton's ass on there? Because he is a dying wool, 150% Democratic shill who profits out of selling black folks out to the Democratic Party. Okay? He sat up there on his show and said we insecure as men because we talking about sitting out. Because see, let me tell you something. Vote for the other candidate hurts Democrats. But what really hurts them is when you don't vote at all. See, we have to show this election is illegitimate as far as we're concerned because we're not getting anything out of it. Look, black folks, here's another lie they tell you. Oh, they only bringing them illegal immigrants over here to work jobs that black people don't want to do. That's a lie. They're coming over here getting in the carpenters union. They're coming over here getting in the electrical union. They're getting in the plumbing unions. Because sometimes what they do is they take young men fresh out of high school usually, and they put them in the apprenticeship programs, and they putting all these Mexicans in it. A brother called TBA's show last week and said that he's in an auto mechanic program, and I know which one he's talking about down there in Phoenix, because I lived in Phoenix. You know what he said? He said, I had to take out loans for tuition. He said, a lot of them Mexicans that's in there, you know what they said? They the state of Arizona paying our tuition. We ain't got to pay anything. Ain't even got to buy books. And he said, well, how'd you get put on like that? And they said, because my parents are illegal immigrants. What did I tell y'all? I'm driving down the street and I see these illegal aliens driving as good a car as I got or better, because they coming over here starting these businesses. You know, you have some white girls that clean houses around here, but most of them are these illegals. And they start these businesses and be getting these contracts. Meanwhile, we just sitting at home doing this. Hey guys, I need you to start participating. Look, man, I'm gonna take a break. Y'all need to these donations need to go come up. Okay, take this time to donate, because like I told y'all, if you're not gonna participate, I'm gonna start soliciting donations. So if people ain't donating, I'm just gonna shut it down when I get back down here. Okay, be back in a couple of minutes. Hey guys, look. You guys are not participating and you're not donating. Look, people. Let me explain something to y'all. Guys, look, man. Some of y'all ain't gonna make it. Okay? Now I'm gonna sit here till y'all start donating and you holding it up for other people. Okay? You holding it up for other people. Some people are on here to get ganged up, and the rest of y'all just on here just wanna you just wanna be you just here for just because you ain't got nothing else to do. You don't feel like playing PlayStation or Xbox, which is sad that you a grown man still playing that stuff all day. Listen, people. Look, I hate to have to say this, but it must be said. Hold up, let me check something real quick. This is, oh, that's the Google. Okay, that's okay. Guys, let me say this too. I know Friday night is a, and then I popped up and did this broadcast tonight. Guys, look, the main reason why I keep coming back after taking time off from doing this live stream is because people start emailing me asking me when am I going to start doing the live stream again. And you know what I tell them? A while ago, I told somebody, I said, hey man, don't ask me this. Don't email this shit to me again. But I said, you know why I stopped doing the broadcast? Because you niggas don't support shit. You're always looking for somebody to entertain you. And you wonder why we in third place. Look, people, they're bringing these people over and they getting fat on the hog. Some brother was saying the other day that he said, man, I've seen people that can't even speak English driving Benzes. What's up with that? You were second place till maybe 20 years ago. Now they done moved these so-called Latinos into second place. And they call themselves white. But yet they still getting minority benefits that you are not getting. And you're fine with it. Guys, let me tell you something, especially to the old heads. Hey, y'all, hit the like button. And hit the cash app. Stop playing. If you want to talk, you want me to talk about some of y'all personally, keep playing. Because I will put your business on here. If people don't start donating, I'm going to start putting people's business out here. a lot of y'all think that you can keep pussyfooting around. Let me explain something to you. Black men are starting to assert themselves, and it's not going to stop with this midterms. See, black men are going to break the midterms. We're going to break it. See, black women are like children. Whatever white daddy, white mommy say, they do it because they want to be away from us. They want to show white daddy and white mommy. He said, I ain't with them black men. I ain't with them. I'm with you, white daddy, white mommy. They want to show the establishment, the Democrats, that they willing to fall in line. Okay? The reason why some of these mayoral races, other runoff, other little state level or city level voting elections, because every year they have a lot of special elections because people die in office, people quit because of scandals, whatever, or they get they make them resign because you really don't want to be in Congress and they have a trial on your ass. But it's only on you as a congressperson, not as not you ain't going to jail, but they can strip you. First of all, they take you off all the committees, and then they can permanently censure you if you just do something just so egregious and you won't resign. Now listen, black women are gonna come out in droves voting for Democrats, whether they're getting any tangibles or not. Okay, let them do it. Let them do it. But have you noticed more and more black women are getting murdered by white men, beat up by black men in public? Got these mentally ill, homeless people out here whooping their ass. Okay? Let them black women follow these white supremacists down a rabbit hole because that's where they belong. Okay? 98% of black women around this country are going to vote for Democrats, even though they ain't done shit for us. Okay? Meanwhile, 50% of black men are probably going to vote, and no more than that. Might even be less. Because once this information gets to, look, people, and yeah, thank you for bringing up Kyrie Irving. Now they gonna suspend this brother because he put a link to a book that is not anti-Semitic. It talks about how we were the first Hebrews and Jews. That pisses white Jews off. That pisses them off. What they are doing to Kyrie Irving, they making him bow down. That's what this is about. You need to bow down. And Kyrie, they know Kyrie wanted them. He like one of us. He like, look here, man, you white folks ain't gonna, look, you paying me millions of dollars. I could walk away right now. I got enough money. Okay? I'd be seriously considering retiring from the NBA with they pulling that shit. Because you got to understand, how many of you have asked the question, who owns the NBA? Who owns the NBA? Who owns the NFL? Who owns Major League Baseball? Do you know they don't never discuss that? I'm going to tell you who owns the NBA. White Jews. That's why every time they get a commissioner, it's always somebody that's Jewish, ain't it? Ain't it? Okay? Am I wrong? That's a good question too, brother. How come there ain't no black-owned basketball teams? I'll tell you why. Because they ain't trying to sell no teams to no black men. Robert Smith is a billionaire. My frat brother's a billionaire. Now you got LeBron talking about he want to buy an NBA team or NFL team. Okay? And somebody right now is taking investments, is creating an investment group to buy, what's that team? Oh, shit, I can't remember it right now. I guarantee there's only a handful of Jewish people that own the NBA. The NBA generates billions every year, even in off season. Now their tentacles are going all the way to Africa. Obama has invested in NBA Africa. So now they going to the source. Fuck it. We're going to go get these Africans because these black men they grow up over here, they don't bow down to white supremacy. That's what that's about with Kyrie Irving. Let me tell you something. The number one reason why they because that book ain't anti-Semitic. Semitic means black. Have you heard anybody else define that word? If you haven't, put a hand emoji in the chat room if you haven't heard that the word Semitic means black. And I heard Kyrie even say that in his last interview. He said, how am I being anti-Semitic? I can't be anti-Semitic because this is my history. See, these Caucasian Jews ain't real Jews, and they know it. They not real Jews, people. They're not real Jews, and they're jealous of us. You know how I know? Because I've had a Russian Jew tell me so to my face. He said, I'm jealous of you black men because you guys are God's chosen people, and your people were Jews way before us. And that's all that book talks about. That's anti-Semitic. It's disrespectful for them to tell a black person that they are anti-Semitic when Semitic means black. Let me tell you something. Them Israelis, them white supremacist Israelis, and these white supremacist Jews over here, most of them are white supremacists. You know those lunch counters down there in the South where them black folks getting their ass whooped? Those lunch counters were owned by Southern Jews. Did you know that? You think you're gonna hear this on Joy Reid's show? You gonna hear this on Sharpton's show? Mr. FBI informant? I ain't trying to listen to nobody like Sharpton. Sharpton tried to sell 2 bricks of cocaine to an undercover FBI agent. And from that point on, you notice he went from pro-black with the Tawana Brawley situation. He went from being pro-black to being a Democratic shield. Did y'all notice that? He's a useful idiot. He's a useful tool. But one day, white supremacy is going to break that tool. Coonan ain't going to get you. Coonan yeah, exactly. Try to go out. And you notice the Italian mob didn't do nothing to him, did they? Did that? That's why Al Sharpton's on TV and every other black person on MSNBC, with the exception of Joy Reid's silly ass, got fired as soon as Obama got out of office. Okay? That's the only reason they were on there. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this to you, and I know a lot of y'all gonna get scared when I say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, the more black men assert themselves, the more murders by police and white supremacist assholes out here, you're going to see a lot more killings. Do you understand me? Gun sales around this country are up 400%. You know how I know? Because when I went over, I got a gun. I can't even show it on the air. Okay, because it's that big ass. I ain't gonna, like I said, it isn't, and it's expensive. I just went. I said, man, you know what? I've been looking for something like this for years. That's a straight up military weapon. And yeah, it cost my ass a grip, but I got it anyway because I don't know what's gonna happen out here. Man? Let me tell y'all something. I told y'all earlier, crime is based on somebody being locked out of the economy, like most of us. Now, first thing they gonna say, well, how come you made it, ICE? How come Mr. Banks made it? How come he ain't out here beating women and raping women and snatching people's purse? How come he ain't doing it? How come you ain't doing it? Upbringing. My parents gave us somewhat of a damn. Okay? Plus, I got common sense. Because I had to walk to and from school at 7 years old. You know how tiny I was? My mom taught me how to be responsible. Said, baby, here's what you do. Here's this key. I'm going to put it inside your pants and I'm going to put a safety pin on it. Now, you need to move it where it don't scratch you. But that's the home. You do not lose that house key. How many 7-year-olds do you know walk to and from school today? They ain't got the brains. See, that's old school. And Mr. Banks, I think you close to my age. So yeah, I'm not surprised because parents had to go to work. As soon as I hit kindergarten, my mom started working again. The more black men assert themselves, you're going to see a ramping up of violence against black people. Like I said, we're in RAHOA. You know what RAHOA means? Race war. And only some of you are ignoring that until one of these brothers get done like George Floyd. Now you running around here talking about no justice, no peace. You sit your ass at home. You ain't doing nothing. Standing out there with a bullhorn and screaming and hollering and dancing ain't. Look, people, I done drove past that where George Floyd got murdered at. I done drove past there and seen white women and black women out there dancing in the streets. Oh yeah, we really got something done, didn't we? Niggas out there twerking and dancing like it's a block party or something. This man been murdered right here on the ground. And see that store that he went in that claimed them Arabs that claim he gave them a counterfeit bill. I would have sued the shit out of them. They be in there raping black women. They be in there raping black girls that come in there to try to work. I've heard stories of them raping underage black girls in that store and nobody says nothing. See black people, you can say what you want to say, but when I see stuff like that happening, brothers, sisters, that's beyond dumb and stupid. That's beyond ignorant. That's criminal and treasonous. For you to be out there goofing off while we in a damn race war. And you think because you the spook that's set by the door and you think you the black folk, black men, black people whisperer, with white folks at the job, you just think you just A1, the A1 nigga. The killings of black men especially are going to ramp up to a level like during the civil rights movement in the 60s. How many of you guys are prepared for that? See, black folks have a habit of sitting around bullshitting, and at the last minute, then they'll jump up and try to take care of business. Let me give you an example of that. When Tulsa happened, black men with no firearms start running to these white-owned gun stores. And they went in there, guys that had shotguns or guns and didn't have ammunition was in there trying to buy ammunition, and guys that didn't have a weapon at all, a firearm at all, was trying to buy the firearm and the ammunition. And those racist gun store owners wouldn't sell them anything. This is after these white supremacist Tulsa residents start jumping on those black folks over there on Green, Archer, and Pine. Okay? They started that shit based on a young black dude who was actually dating a white girl. Somebody caught them kissing in the elevator, and the white man right off the bat said, "Oh, you trying to accost her? You trying to rape her?" Okay, and the white girl couldn't say nothing because she like, I'm gonna get killed. So they put him in the Tulsa County Jail, and those World War I black veterans came down there with their weapons and surrounded that jail. Have you guys heard this? I'm gonna keep breaking it down where it need to be broke. And the point that I'm making, because those brothers were whooping their ass. They were whooping their ass. Them World War I veterans, them brothers, they were whooping their ass. You know what they had to do? They had to cheat. Like they always do. They went and used Defense Department, because that's what they called it back then. They used the War Department planes that were used in World War I. They were using those planes to drop dynamite bombs on those unarmed citizens. Did y'all know that? They used federal fighter planes to kill foundational black Americans in 1923. I forgot to include that in my first book, The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. Go get this. You can get this at AskTheIceman.com. Go to the add to cart button, or you can get this on Amazon. I talk about that in here. I don't go in depth like I'm going in depth right now, because I used a witness to the Tulsa massacre. I used this one guy's commentary on what he saw and what he experienced. I didn't talk about any of this stuff. That's how they turned the tide on that massacre. That's how they killed all them people. Where they was dropping dynamite bombs on them black folks. And you running around here talking about voting for Democrats. I wouldn't support none of them. It's like Richard Pryor said in that movie, none of the above. That's who I'm voting for. If you don't have a black agenda that's going to give us tangibles, peace to you. I'm sitting it out, because I'm going to go online later on and try to vote early, because I ain't standing at that damn church in no damn line. White folks get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go down there. They'll stand around there. They'll be in tents waiting. It ain't that serious to me, because I did an absentee ballot 2 years ago for the state I just came from. Guys, listen. If they are going to, and let me tell you something, these mass shootings, now remember that St. Louis shooting was done by a black incel. This dude never had no draws, never had a girlfriend, never kissed a girl, and he dead. 19 years old. What a waste of life. How were they raising this boy? Where he had no social skill. He said, I ain't never had any friends. I don't know how he made it that long. Exactly, Mr. Banks. We're going to come full circle. Whether you like it or not, you can sit here and be like, Ice just talking some shit. Every damn thing I've said on this platform has come true, hasn't it? When that Vegas massacre happened with that country music concert in Vegas, and they killed all them people and injured countless others, I told y'all that these mass shootings are going to ramp up. Now they damn near every week. Somebody's out here shooting. And before this dude, St. Louis, it was that white dude in Raleigh, that young white dude in Raleigh, North Carolina, that went to that mall and shot them people. What it is, these guys want to have a name. They want to be martyred. I know that sounds crazy. I went down in a hail of bullets like Denzel at the end of Training Day. Pop, 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 pop. You know you done sunk low as hell if you have decided to die suicide by cop. That's all these dudes, some of these dudes are doing. Okay? I'm gonna put this warning out there. I know most of you little baby nut, little scary little dudes and women out here. Let me break it down for you. Don't get caught out here with no strap. You understand me? Now, I know some of y'all got felonies and misdemeanors on your record, so you can't buy a firearm. You better go to your homeboy Pookie and Ray Ray and get one. Now, I wouldn't ride around in a car in it. I wouldn't put it in my car, because you going to prison if it's in your car and you a felon. You understand me? If you got misdemeanors, you still ain't gonna get no gun. Even if you got charged with a felony and you didn't go and get that expunged off your record. Let's say the prosecutor dropped the charges. Do you know that charge is still on your record? When they run your background check, that shit's gonna come up. But they dropped the charges. You think they give a shit? You better go get you a lawyer and get that shit off your record. See, black folks, y'all be playing checkers instead of playing chess. See, I'm always 2 or 3 moves ahead of everybody. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to boast. I'm just telling you the truth. You'll be hard pressed to catch me slipping, because I've already figured out what's going to happen. The economy's going to get worse under Biden these next 2 years, and you're going to see a knockdown, drag-out fight between the Republicans, who are going to control the House, possibly the Senate, and Biden. Because even if those bills get to Biden's desk, he's going to veto them, just like Clinton did and Obama. Okay? We ain't got no friends, black people. And black men, you cannot count on these black women. They will, yeah, Biden ain't shit. I don't like him. And they'll go right out there and get in their booth and vote for Biden again. That's called ambivalence. You say one thing, but in your mind, you thinking something else, just to fool people. See, I ain't no fool. Just like when I see white folks grinning and smiling at me, I'm not impressed with you grinning and smiling with me. I still put my foot dead in your ass if you step out of line. That's with anybody though. Listen, if you can legally and lawfully own a firearm, if they have a concealed carry program where you go to an 8-hour class on a Saturday or Sunday and then you get your paperwork and then you can go get your concealed carry license, you better go do it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you might be in a movie theater and that Batman dude might jump up like he did it in Colorado and start spraying people. Y'all remember that back in 2012? When that crazy ass dude went to that Batman Returns movie and shot up all them people out there in Aurora, Colorado at the Century Theater. Y'all remember that? That kind of shit is going to start being normalized. Matter of fact, it's already normal now to hear about a damn shooting. I remember I was looking at something on TV. I think it was a Dollar Tree store. Some idiot came in there gonna rob the store, and this white woman pulled her strap out of her purse and started shooting. She killed that dude. She killed him. She dropped his ass right in front of the store. He got shot. You could see him running out, and he was dead. And you know what? They didn't charge her because she was a concealed carry person. These white folks are strapped, dude. And I ain't talking about the low-life, blue-collar trailer trash. They ain't the only ones that got 100 guns in the house. Even these college-educated honkies got guns because they scared of niggas. Y'all getting this? Playtime been over. See, black folks want to sit and wait till the last minute before they get their shit together. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. These white folk, these white supremacists are always looking for a black man to whoop up on or shoot and kill. They out here running up on our children, putting their hands on our children, and then being a bitch and running off. Let me say this to y'all, all right? Hey, guys, hit the Cash App, $ MoorishOG. Let's get these likes up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something, and you can take this whatever way you want. I ain't trying to scare nobody. The more black men assert themselves, see, Tariq did the smart thing. He went, and started this FBA movement. They having a reparations rally tomorrow in DC. Okay? You know what Tariq said? I ain't no leader. The lineage is the leader. They still fucking with him now. We don't have no leader. See, the on code movement is leaderless. Okay? Now, the only people you see running around talking about ADOS and, I'm the chairman of ADOS and all is Tone Talks and Strappy, Yvette Carnell's ass. And you notice that ADOS movement gained some traction. But as soon as them Negroes start telling people they got they franchising it and all this shit, trying to make money off of it, they got to pay dues. You notice that shit went down the toilet. You don't hear nothing about ADOS. Okay? See, that's what niggas do. Niggas, oh, I'm gonna make money off this. Pretending to be in trying to help black folks under the premise of I'm trying to help black folks. Okay? When they full of shit. All they doing is trying to sell a LGBT lifestyle. That's all them two been trying to sell. I'm an Emmy nominated producer. Okay? Black people, the more black men assert themselves out here, you're going to see them start picking off black people. They're already doing it in Chicago. All them killings ain't by black gangs or drug dealers. Okay? How do those niggas know that these cars with people with masks on and stuff covering their face are actually white supremacists who are out here killing black folks? See, them South Side and West Side Chicago niggas are off code. Them some off code niggas. See, when you take the economy with jobs and resources and business loans out of the community, all you have left are skeletons. So what people don't want to eat bones, so what do? They practice social cannibalism on each other. Black people that live in the hood, that try to keep their house nice, try to, take care of their home. As soon as those folks cut the corner and go to the job, here come Ray Ray and Pookie breaking in their house. That's why you don't live in the hood. And you're thinking, man, I look just like you and you gonna rob me? You gonna burglarize my house? That's what happens when you can't move out the hood. So when Negroes say, oh, Ice, you living in the suburbs, you ain't keeping it real. You know what? I'm going to not keep it real as long as I can while I'm out here in these burbs. Because I ain't never going back to the hood. I ain't lived in the hood since I was a kid. I know how to avoid that shit. And the first line of business is not fucking up your credit and not getting a record, a criminal record. I know cats gotta eat. I was out there on them streets hustling too. But I didn't get caught because I used my intelligence. Hell yeah, they plotting. Whenever we got new stuff in the house, like furniture, stuff like that, we tried to do it at night. Or we did it early in the morning when we had them people come over and drop that stuff off. Or if we bought it already, we waited till folks was in their house and then we took that stuff out the trunk and put it in and brought it in the house. Okay? You gotta use your head. Now, if you dumb enough to, walk your Samsung TV through the door in the box, telling everybody you just bought a Samsung, because like I said, some niggas want to stunt. These rappers be stunting, that's why they be getting killed. Stunting for nothing. You dig? Black folks, the more black men assert themselves, there will be blood. If you see, this country ain't about black folks giving black folks anything. The number one thing this federal government is about is keeping black folks out of the economy. Make sure that black men don't get hired, give some black women who are willing to play the game jobs and business loans to elevate them over black men, causing a rift between black men and black women, because you as a man have to be your woman's financial leader. Now you got some dumbass women out here who will take a nigga that don't make as much as them. They'll take a nigga with a sales job that don't make no money. or his income is like this. If you put it on a chart, his income keeps going up, down, up, down, up, down. That's why I got out that sales bullshit. I ain't selling shit. Yeah, you know what? You hear what I'm saying to you? I'm not trying to scare y'all, but I'm telling you right now, there will be blood. Anytime the black man start asserting himself and start, demanding respect, the violence is gonna come upon us. Look what happened during the civil rights movement. Here you had niggas letting white folks spit on them and whoop their ass, and them niggas and you see how they kept ramping up violence against black people in the South and in places like Chicago and Detroit, in LA. There will be blood, people. Hopefully it ain't yours pouring down the street. But I'm telling you right now, there will be blood. Are you prepared? That's a question you're going to have to look yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, black man, am I prepared for one of these race soldiers to run up on me? I've had cops who are off duty that claim I was doing something I didn't have no business doing, and they gonna drive by me with their badge out. I'm like, man, fuck you. You better you better take your ass down the street, fool. I don't give a damn what you got. You don't scare me. You don't scare me. There will be blood. And the sad thing of it, it's gonna be some of y'all or some of your relatives who gonna spill blood in the street because all you niggas do is play around and joke around and fuck around. And some of y'all over 25 still doing that shit. Still doing it. But your luck is gonna run out. Your luck is gonna run out. All you off-code Negroes who just on YouTube to just get entertained, and all you do is play around all the time. Let me explain something to you. Your blood is gonna be the first blood to spill, because you ain't gonna see them race soldiers coming at you. Yeah, one day you're gonna get stopped by one of these race soldiers, and they gonna take your ass out of that car, or they gonna blow your brains out in the car, claiming you was reaching for a weapon. And yet you weren't reaching for shit. We saw what happened to Philando Castile up here, didn't we? That old racist Hispanic killed him, and he's still out here living his best life. Why? You could go out here and murder Pop Smoke, but Zimmerman's ass still walking around after killing a child. And nobody has touched him. But yet these are the same niggas who will ride down the street and shoot up your house and my house. Off some, I'm hating on somebody. They're going to get them niggas first too. All them little silly hood niggas, them Pookie and Ray Ray niggas, them niggas ain't badass. They're not badass people. These guys that are in gangs riding up and down the street shooting up innocent people, they're punks. They're not real men. Because when Jamar Clark got murdered by these same Minneapolis police officers, they went down to the precinct and sat in front of that precinct, and it was freezing out there. They sat in front of that. There was a crowd in front of that precinct for about 2 weeks. And you know what the white supremacists from Bloomington did? They drove all the way down there and started shooting into the crowd. Thankfully, they got caught. It was 4 of them. Oh, let's go kill some niggas. Now, they injured people. They didn't kill nobody. Are you next? Are you prepared? Or are you just going to keep playing around, joking around, and acting like I'm just blowing smoke up your ass? Well, while you sitting over there I'm getting my Kit Kats game together. I'm getting my Kit Kat game together. Now you can sit up there over there at your house and play. I ain't over here playing, dude. And see, white folks don't bother me because they can look at me and tell I'll kick their ass. They only gonna get at soft targets. Ray Rays and Pookies are soft targets. Women are soft targets. Children are soft targets, and old people are soft targets. That's why when Dylan Roof killed them nine folks in that church, even white supremacist groups said that wasn't cool. He ain't with us. Every last white supremacist organization in this country denounced what Dylan Roof did. You're going to go in the church and shoot a bunch of innocent black people, old people. Not all of them were old, because one of them was my frat brother. And he was like in his 40s. That's still young. Okay? Dylan Roof didn't become a martyr like he thought. They looking at him like a clown. I can't wait till they stick that needle in his arm and cancel his contract. And people, let me say this, and I'm gonna get off of here. This is the most important election of our generation for us. Because if we get this shit wrong again, like these niggas did in 2020, because I'm gonna tell you something, all these Biden sexuals that voted for Biden, they was all on Facebook. Yeah, and they was talking shit to me, talking about, yeah, Iceman, it's gonna be all right now. Biden in there. And you know what my response to them was? You get white daddy in there, now y'all can go back to sleep. And look at what Biden has done. He has made this country weak. That's why Putin invaded Ukraine. Putin was planning on invading Ukraine 20 years ago. The Russians have been discussing this 20 years or 30 years ago. You think they just popped up one day and said, we're going to run up in Ukraine? No, bruh. They've been planning on this since the Soviet Union fell. And the only reason why the Soviet Union broke up is because the British and the Americans said, look, see, the Soviet Union was broke. They had all them countries all over the world, and they were running out of money. They were broke. And the UK said, and Americans said, okay, if you break up the Soviet Union, we'll let you out of these. We'll let you not pay this debt back. Okay? Y'all don't believe me? Go do your research. See, everybody's serious and on man business but black men. We still out here goofing off. All these guys do, all these incel and MGTOW niggas do, all they do on Facebook is post pictures of women that they will never date and posting stupid ass damn stuff on there, just acting like children. These niggas are soft targets. You understand me? They go after easy targets. And some of you niggas are so oblivious, you're going to be on that list to get whacked out. And then you're going to be like, damn, Ice was right. Because people pick up on your energy. It's all this little weak ass nigga, I can fuck with him. Look at he all hugged up with a white bitch. Look at him. All he thinking about is how he can keep that white woman in his house, which is what most niggas do. Now, all of them don't, because I didn't. It didn't matter who I was with. If you acting right, we together. If you acting like an idiot, we're done. I don't even waste my time today. I get rid of women quickly. One conversation and they talking stupid, delete. I hit delete in that phone, on that phone. I hit delete and I delete that bitch because she's useless. Remember, these women that are on these dating platforms and these dating apps, they are the bottom of the barrel, even the good looking ones. They're all bottom of the barrel. That's why you can't never date none of them, because all they want is attention. They got a chip on their shoulder from whatever happened between them and their ex-husband or ex-baby daddy. So they on there trying to shit on every man that's interested in. They ain't on there to meet nobody. They just on there bullshitting. We the only ones on there trying to meet somebody. That's why they think every man that's on a dating app or a dating site, they think you desperate. They assume you a simp or a trick or both. And some of you niggas are ambivalent because you'll say in the chat room, oh, Ice, you know, man, I don't be simping on these bitches, man. Shit, I'm like you, man. I'll be deleting these hoes. And come to find out, this is the main nigga out there tricking and simping his money off on stanky, raggedy single moms who don't give a shit about it. Exactly, Mr. Banks. Putin said that Russia, it ain't just Putin, people. Russia has wanted to bring back the USSR since that wall fell in Berlin. Because one part was West Germany, the other part was East Germany. And I lived on that side. The checkpoints are still there. They still got the security hut and they got them arms that go up and down. They ain't took none of that off the street. That part of Berlin is old as hell. My apartment was old. You ain't gonna find too much new stuff in Europe. Okay? I lived though. I'm sad I didn't take pictures of that shit. Maybe I did. I might have a couple of pictures in there somewhere. Man, shut up. The reason why Putin did not invade Ukraine when Trump was in there, because he said Trump seemed like he was unpredictable. That's why. Because remember, they took Crimea under Obama's ass. Remember that. See, that was a chess move, people. They scared of him. They're scared of Trump. Russia is scared of Trump because they know Trump, he ain't going to do what Biden's doing. See, Biden's a coward and he's weak. That's why they did it. So instead of getting, because see, America know let me tell you something. If Ukraine, just with a few $1 billion is supposedly whooping Russia's ass, you got to think about that for a second. If that's the case and you funding this shit, what would they do if you weren't? Okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, Trump wouldn't give a flying fuck about what happens to Ukraine. That little punk ass, that little proxy shit that Biden's pulling. See, let me tell you something. Presidents like Obama and Biden, nobody respects them. See, Eastern European countries kiss our ass because they know without us in the UN, Russia will come take their shit. Okay? But I'm gonna tell you right now, somebody gonna fuck up and some bullets, bombs, or something gonna go over that Poland, that border between Ukraine and Poland, and it's gonna be on and cracking. We're gonna see how bad the American military is supposed to be. Okay, because when I was in the military, they talked about how mighty that Russian army is. They got way more ground troops than we got, dog. Putin ain't worried about, 100,000 guys getting killed. He don't give a shit. Because he got 2 million more sitting right out there. Let me tell you something. If Russia was so whack and their equipment is so old, then how come America won't just run up in there and shut that shit down? Have y'all asked them questions? Well, if America's so badass, how come y'all ain't running up in? Because if we start a war with Russia, guess what China's going to do? China's going to take Taiwan over. Okay? They'll be sending, because North Korea is already sending weapons to Russia. Because that's all they make over there in North Korea is missiles. That's all they make over there. They got a powerful military and the people starving and broke. North Korea and China are going to ramp up operations in other countries as a decoy. They're going to go right after Taiwan. Because if Russia got millions of troops, dude, and those MiG planes, they talk about how those MiG planes ain't advanced. That's a lie. They always lie about Russia's military. Oh, they ain't shit. Well, if they ain't shit, how come you ain't running up in there? Because there'll be another Vietnam. You think Russia was? Let me tell you something. They got the same capabilities we got. That's why they hacking into all our goddamn computers over here. That was a program that Russia developed in the late 50s. Hacking into American computers. They put millions of dollars in training young men how to hack into computers. Most of the hackers are in China or Russia. Okay? And they sitting up here talking about the Russians are backwards. If they so backward, how come you ain't running up in there shooting their ass up? Because they know America will expose its military. See, they so used to beating up on little ass countries like Iraq. Okay, which the country ain't no bigger than Baltimore County. Who couldn't take over Iraq in a day? So they pick on countries like that who ain't gonna fight back and who ain't got the capabilities to fight back. But notice America don't never run up on China. They'll talk tough on 60 Minutes, but you can best believe they don't want to tango with China, because our economy has paid for their vast military. Do you understand what kind of mess we would be in? Another Vietnam, another Afghanistan, another Iraq war, a useless goddamn war. Got over 8,000 GIs killed over there for nothing. The reason why I'm so angry is because I'm ex-military, because I've seen stuff you will never see. And people will look at me and say, oh, ICE just, he just flying off the handle as usual. That ain't flying off the handle, dude. That's passion and anger. Because unlike a lot of you Negroes who ain't been nowhere, ain't been out the state you live in, barely, I've been all around the world, dog, as a military personnel and as a private citizen. Well, I'm not really a private citizen. Veteran is a classification. I'm not a civilian. See, once you in the once you serve in the military, you always gonna be military. A lot of people don't understand that. That's why I make sure I let these honkies know that, hey, dude, you ain't gonna mess with me because I'll take you down. Okay? I'm not gonna ask you no questions. I'm just gonna lay you flat. Don't run up in this motherfucker talking shit. And those of you who got your Second Amendment situation taken care of, but you don't have no ammunition, you only got about 100 rounds, dog, you're gonna need more than that. And you're gonna need more than one Kit Kat. You know why? Because guns jam. Do you know how to when you're getting fired upon, do you know how to take that gun apart and not get your head shot off and then be in there cleaning it so it won't jam up again? Or you got to let the gun cool off because the barrel is crooked and there's a round stuck in there? What you gonna do if you only got one weapon? You're gonna get shot up. And you ain't got no training either. See, I laugh at these so-called these sports hunters that go out there and kill innocent animals, go out there killing defenseless animals. These guys love to try to act like they got the same training I got, and they ain't ex-military. Okay, you got to understand, military are trained different than police officers. Police officers are not great shooters. Okay, they don't get trained to run a platoon like we do. Now, SWAT does. The same training that SWAT gets in their school, we've done it in the military. So everything they know, we know. And we know more than they do. That's why when you get these guys coming back from Iraq and they crazy, and they come back from Afghanistan and somebody set them off and they get they firearm out there and they shooting at cops, they ain't scared. And they way more better, especially them infantry dudes. Like I said, blood is gonna spill in the streets. Is it going to be yours? You better think about that, black man, because the race war is already happening. Some of y'all waiting for some grand event, like with the George Floyd situation. If that's what you're looking for, you's a fool. Something like that may not happen in another 20 years. That's why all them Democrats and Republicans went right back to talking that bullshit, law and order. Biden has been giving the police departments around this country millions of dollars under our noses. Make it get. I mean, what the hell is a police department doing wearing fatigues and got tanks? You mean you need a tank to deal with citizens? No, you don't, motherfucker. And Obama is the one that gave him all that equipment. Remember that? Remember that? They gave all these police departments remember the blue, what is it? The blue something law. And remember Fast and Furious? They tell you they want to eradicate all drugs from American streets, and yet they letting these lowlifes in here. They just arrested a bunch of them lowlifes. They had what did they say? They said they had between all of them dudes, probably about 20 of them. Between those dudes, they were carrying over 100 pounds of fentanyl. Did y'all hear about Master P's daughter? She overdosed on fentanyl. See, man, look. Master P is worth $400 million, probably more than that now, because he got a line of food and all kind of stuff out. That. Y'all see what I'm saying? Let me go back to Fast and Furious. A lot of people play like they notice the media covered, tried to bury that shit. Who was they selling the guns to, people? The same cartels they claim they trying to keep their drugs out of this country. Do y'all see the bullshit? And they caught one of these illegals. This guy had fentanyl pills that looked like sweet tarts. Let me explain something to you guys. When they give you fentanyl in the hospital, it's only enough to fit right in the middle of this marker's top. Probably less than that. Matter of fact, it's like a nano milli something. You can't even see it. Just a little bit to sit on a damn pen. I'm talking about a stick pen. That much right there will not kill you. But if you handle a box full of fentanyl tablets or fentanyl pills or whatever, remember, they said Prince took fentanyl. I found out after digging, because white folks always got the inside track. Y'all remember that video I did in 2018 where I showed y'all footage of Prince laying on the ground dead, laying on the floor dead? You didn't see none of that on the news. And they had one of the cops holding his arm up like this. They said he ingested fentanyl. What they didn't tell you is he had needle marks in his wrist. They said Prince had enough fentanyl in his system to kill 100,000 people. When these motherfuckers come for you, they're going to do a complete job. And let me tell you something, Michael Jackson, Prince, all these other black, music guys that we've been listening to since we were kids, they're getting rid of them. Especially the ones that don't kiss their ass. Prince wasn't kissing no ass, and neither was Michael Jackson. So don't believe. See, I try to bring you information you ain't gonna get on CNN or Fox News. And a lot of y'all still don't appreciate it. You won't donate or you won't pay attention in the chat room. There's only 2 guys posting in the chat room. I ain't got, most of y'all, I can't count on y'all for shit. I'm glad I ain't got to depend on none of y'all. Because I tell you right now, if I did, I guarantee my life wouldn't go too far past that point. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, there will be blood. Because black men are starting to wake up and become unafraid. That's why they got to keep doing these ambush killings of people like George Floyd and the young brother up there in Akron, he got shot in the back 60 times. They sending us a message when they do that. Not just that family, us, all of us. Don't think they ain't got a bullet with your name on it or a kneecap with your name on it that they gonna put on your neck. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go bounce. All right, y'all. I'd like to thank all of you guys for hanging with the Iceman tonight. I'm gonna do a show on Monday evening. I'm not gonna do it Tuesday. I'm not gonna do it Tuesday because we got the election on Tuesday. So I'm gonna do my live stream on Monday night. All right. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Go to Cash App and donate a little something, man. Make sure, hey guys, share this link. Put this link on your social media so they can get gamed up. You dig? I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. One love.